Hello there! Thank you for joining me today. My name is Molly and this is my channel where we talk about sewing, crafts, and fun. Today I was hit with inspiration. I have a lot of other sewing projects I probably should be working on, but while I was vacuuming, I was listening to some ABBA and I was like, this would be so much more fun if I had a cute sort of 70s mini dress to be wearing while I was vacuuming. So I've decided to take some pink fabric and some trim that I had and whip one of those up. This pattern here, Simplicity 8639, it is vintage. I found it in a thrift store ages ago and it's all pre-cut. So I gotta see if the pieces are going to fit me or if there's any adjustments I need to make. And we're just gonna jump right into it. The idea that I have is to have sort of a V-neck dress with this floral daisy trim going along the V, maybe at the waistband, and maybe at the hem of the dress. Honestly, I think it's gonna look kind of garish, but in a cute way. Let's move on to where I have all the pattern pieces left out and we can go from there. So the lucky thing with this pattern when I got it was a miss size, and as I learned a little bit more about patterns, I was not sure if that was going to fit me. However, the bust size was correct, so everything is coming together quite nicely. And I think what I'm going to do, it's supposed to just be a fold over and then you have one straight piece along the front. What I think I'm going to do, I've pinned the darts in just to see how the bodice is going to fit me, and it looks like it'll be okay. I think I'm going to just fold over the front, have it go like this so I get that V-neck look. My only concern is would like some overlap so it doesn't gape and then show the band of my bra. So I might have to adjust that a little bit to ensure that that will be covered. We'll figure it out. Okay, I've rushed ahead of myself. Let me introduce you a little bit more to the project. This is the fabric that I've chosen. I have had this for a really long time. It is a jersey knit in a pink stripe. I got it originally to act as a sash for a cosplay years ago, probably over 10 years ago. And of course, because of my love of pink, I could not let it go. Then we have here this daisy trim, and this is what I meant by garish, but in a good way. Like, I feel like these two things together could be kind of ugly, but I also like it. We'll see how it goes. Maybe this is a bad idea. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Before I cut anything, I'll try a few more layings of trim on the fabric and see how it goes. Caveats about this pattern. It says you need about 3.5 yards of fabric. I have 1.5 yards of fabric. I'm really not 100% sure. Well, the skirt is supposed to be theoretically a bit longer, but otherwise I'm not sure where the other two come from because laying everything out earlier, I'm pretty sure this will work. No pockets. We are going to have to change the facings because of the neckline that I want differently. Otherwise, I think everything's gonna be okay. We'll hop back into it and see if I am correct. This is how I ended up making the facing for the neckline that I altered. I put dots along the side of the pattern piece for the neckline so that I could follow those and trace along with my ruler. Putting the dots just helped me get from one point to the other, so I knew that I would have a consistent line. I then measured about 2.5 inches from that edge that I had drawn and completed the other edge of the facing. This gave me a nice zigzaggy facing piece. As I went along, I tried to make sure I was cutting the notches for these pieces. And here I am pinning in the facing just to see if it'll work. I then went and used that same facing piece as a pattern for the other side. Not the most professional thing, but it worked out fine. So I'm looking at the instructions here, and it seems pretty straightforward, starting with putting in the darts, and then they want you to sew up the side seams as well as the facings, put those together. So I think I'm going to see how far we can get into that before dinner's ready. Today is Emmett's birthday, and we are going to give him a little cake after dinner and some presents. He got a great big squishy toy that looks like a carrot. I think he's going to be extremely happy about it. So now I've got the darts put in. I haven't pressed them yet, so they're a bit bubbly still, but that's all good to go. We have them for the back as well. Hello there. It's been 2 weeks since we did anything on this project, and I really want to know if you are a person who makes things or who has like craft projects that you need a little bit more space for. Does this happen to you? Like, do you ever just get caught up with your day-to-day life stuff and don't end up working on your art for long periods of time? Because that happens to me all the time, and I'm really trying to not let it happen and have this become more of my like everyday routine, because it really does so much for me mental health wise. Like, when I get to create something, I feel so much happier. I kicked my tripod. Anyways, I have no plans today except for dinner with a friend. It's my mom. Hi. So I am going to just get started and see how much we can get done today. It's sew time, baby. Okay, so I have pinned together this little vest part just to see what it's gonna look like if it's sewn. Yep. I don't personally recommend attaching your interfacing this way. It's probably the worst way to do it, but I didn't want to measure and cut out the pieces exactly, and it ended up fine, but yeah, I'm having to unstick it from my ironing board, so not great. Oh, and then I got distracted and started ironing this skirt. Turn this the other way before I burn myself. The facing is done. Hem the edge. It's a bit messy, so I don't want to show you any closer than that. We're gonna put this in to the top, and then hopefully we'll be able to just follow the pattern for the rest of the project. Top's on. I've got the top pin closed, but I really like the fit. I am happy with how this is coming along. The next step is to add the sleeves, but I am thinking maybe we add the trim to the top before getting to the sleeve part. The daisies all around here, all around the edge of the collar, and then along the bottom, and then again at the hem of the skirt. This room is a mess. Today I am planning on simply jumping in and working on these sleeves, trying to ignore the mess around me, so I do apologize for the less than charming background. However, I just friggin' want to get some things done, baby! So, here we go. Look at this! Sleeves! Hello! So, sleeves are on! I gave myself curtain bangs because I saw the trailer for Don't Worry Darlin' and thought Florence Pugh's hair was great. Oh, the battery's running out. We're going to... So we have the skirt pinned on the sides. Going to sew those up, and then there are two small dots in the front, there and there, and I'm going to gather from the back of the skirt to those dots so that we can bring the sides in and gather the volume just around the edges and not in the front. Okay, it's connected, and it looks like a nightgown at the moment. I'm hoping, just a second, if we add some more trim, maybe right through here and on the hem, then it'll look a little bit more like actual clothing. So I'm gonna do that, and then we will do the reveal, and we will see what it looks like when it's done.